Welcome to Michael Zane Trusty's TrackTalk, where every track has a story. Today we're diving deep into the making of one of the most controversial and legendary songs in country music history. A song written in just 15 minutes that shook America, sparked debate, and defined a superstar's career. This is the story behind Tammy Wynette's Stand By Your Man. Imagine this. It's 1968 in Nashville. The world is changing. The women's liberation movement is gaining steam. The Vietnam War dominates headlines, and music is evolving fast. Rock and roll is king. But country music? It's fighting for its voice in a crowded industry. And then comes one song, just 2.5 minutes long, that will ignite a cultural firestorm, divide opinions, and make one woman a legend. That song is Stand By Your Man. Tammy Wynette had already been making waves in country music with songs like I Don't Want to Play House and Divorce. But she wasn't a superstar yet. That all changed during a quick, almost accidental writing session with her producer, Sherrill. Billy was the man behind the Nashville sound. Lush arrangements, strings, and smooth background vocals that made country music more appealing to the masses. He knew Tammy had something special. Her voice carried raw emotion, pain, strength, vulnerability, all wrapped into one. Billy believed she needed a defining song, one that would make people stop in their tracks and remember her name forever. One day, Billy sat at the piano in the studio and started playing a few chords. Tammy was there, watching him, waiting for something to happen. Then, almost out of thin air, Billy tossed out a line. Stand by your man. That was it. That simple phrase sparked something. Tammy said, that sounds good. Billy kept going. Within 15 minutes, yes, just 15 minutes, they had the entire song written. The lyrics were short, direct, and powerful. Stand by your man and show the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. Tammy recorded it that very day. No overthinking, no endless rewrites, just pure instinct. Billy knew they had something, but he didn't realize just how big it would become, or how much trouble it would stir up. When Stand By Your Man hit the airwaves, it exploded. Country fans loved it. The song shot straight to #1 on the Billboard country chart and even crossed over to the pop charts, something almost unheard of at that time for a country artist. It sold millions of copies and quickly became Tammy Wynette's signature song. She even won a Grammy for it. But along with all that success came controversy, big controversy. Remember, this was 1968. Women were fighting for equality, challenging traditional gender roles, and breaking out of old expectations. To many feminists, Stand By Your Man sounded like a step backward. They accused Tammy of telling women to stay in abusive or unhappy marriages and sacrifice themselves for men. Some radio stations banned the song. Activists slammed it in newspapers and on talk shows. Even Hillary Clinton, decades later, famously said in an interview that she wasn't some little woman standing by her man like Tammy Wynette, which sparked a public feud between her and Tammy. Through it all, Tammy defended her song. She said, all I wanted to say in the song was, be understanding. Stand by him because he needs you, even if he messes up sometimes. It wasn't about letting a man abuse you. It was about love. But here's the twist, the irony that still fascinates fans to this day. Tammy Wynette's personal life was anything but a fairy tale. She was married 5 times, including a famously stormy marriage to George Jones. The very woman who sang about standing by your man often found herself in relationships that fell apart. Yet maybe that's what gave the song its power. Tammy knew about heartbreak. She knew about forgiveness, and she sang it with a conviction that made you believe every word. Over the years, Stand By Your Man became more than just a song. It became a cultural landmark, covered by artists from Lyle Lovett to the Blues Brothers, featured in movies like Sleepless in Seattle and Five Easy Pieces, and even performed at political events. It remains one of the most recognized country songs of all time, a tune that can still stir debate over its meaning more than 50 years later. Think about this. A song written in 15 minutes went on to become a lightning rod for social issues, a career-defining anthem, and one of the greatest hits in country music history. Whether you love it or hate it, you can't deny its impact. Tammy Wynette once said, "It's just a simple little song, but it sure caused a lot of trouble." And maybe that's the secret. Sometimes the simplest songs carry the heaviest weight. This is the story of Stand By Your Man, a song that stood the test of time. Thanks for listening to Michael Zane Trusty's Track Talk.